Hello, my name is Hunter. I am speaking out about a cult that has been targeting me for years. I made videos in the past. I took them down because I was getting threats on my life pretty much. I've got pictures of the threats telling me to take them down or my life will get worse. And my life did get worse. I gotten to a point where I was financially broken and isolated and pretty much like struggling really hard. I'm somewhat back on my feet now, and I talked about there's this law enforcement officer that I had been friends with since middle school. And pretty much I found out he was an abusive person and a control freak. And when I found out the abuse that he was doing to people, he pretty much I found out he was in this cult, and everywhere that I went, all the jobs that I've went to were pretty much involved with this cult. And at this job that I'm at now, it was funny because the last job that I had in HVAC, the manager showed up on my very first day, and I was like, that's very interesting. Why is he here? He lives on the opposite side of town. And then I found out the managers that were at the store that I'm working at right now, they were all living together in the same community that's been targeting me, that's part of this cult. And recently, they just started. I was speaking out about it, and they were mocking me and like not really including me and everything, which I didn't mind. Like I just go to work to make money. Like that's all I do. I go to work and I go home. And they started leaving one by one, and it was very strange how they left too, because the store manager pretty much he I guess he tried to put in his 2 weeks, and then he ended up getting fired. And he like it's not like he just left for another job. He like left town. And I found that really strange how he left town and everything. And I mean, this was after I found out that they were a part of this community. They were living in this community. And when they found out, when they found out that I found out, because it was almost like I had like an angel at my job. When they found out that I found out, they started acting really strange around me and everything, and pretty much like uh, trying to counter it and everything. And I just ignored it. Like I just So this new store manager came in and everything, and I know how it is taking over a store. I used to be a manager, and I know how it is when you come into a store to work with a bunch of employees that love the previous manager and everything. So I went up to him and I was just like, hey, if you need any spots filled, just fill me right in. Like, I don't know if people are gonna leave. I just don't know. So if you need help, I'm here to help. And as time went on, pretty much I found out that false rumors were going around about me and everything, and like people weren't like, I'd come into work and like people wouldn't say anything to me, and which was already happening. And I know that they're a part of this cult. And I say that because on July 12th, 2025, the store manager and a couple of other employees, and one of them I already had kind of suspicions about because of the symbols he was like pretty much showing around me and everything. I had said something about the symbols, and the store manager, him, and a younger guy pretty much kind of surround me, and the store manager starts talking about like, as you get older, you start to see people that everywhere, implying that like he was a part of the situation that's been following me job to job for the last, I don't even know how long anymore, years. Because that's what these people have been doing. When I found out that this law enforcement officer was abusive, and this was even before he was in law enforcement, he was pretty much, you know, this cult was trying to paint a picture of me that was not true. And these people, the guy that was showing the symbols and everything, he came in one day and was like, it's like he had a pale face. And he was, because all of us in the store were, quote unquote, what he said, in harmony. Everybody got along, everything was going well. And he comes up to me, he's like, wow, the store's really in harmony right now. Like a good aurora. And, I was just like, yeah, you know what, what's wrong with it? And, I think it was like a week later is when everything kind of started going downhill for me. Like, people not talking to me and, like, passing false rumors around. They literally went around the store passing false rumors around about me. I don't know what they're saying, but I know they're saying something about me that isn't true. And before they surrounded me and everything, pretty much telling me that they're a part of, because I confronted them a little bit, and they didn't like that. Uh, there's this female manager and everything. She all of a sudden just started, like, laser focusing on me and pretty much making me feel like crap. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, what did I do? Like, I I didn't do anything. And it's because they were passing rumor. I don't know what they said to her, but they obviously said something to her, and she started saying, "Oh, I have a boyfriend and this and that and this and that." And like, I'm just like, I don't I'm not talking to you like I want to date you or anything. Like, I'm just a friendly person. Always been a friendly person. And it got to the point where I would come into work and I'd try to talk to, some of the ladies at work and everything, and these people would pretty much come up and, like, interrupt me, try to stop me from communicating with people. They do not want people to see the real me. I'm a bubbly person. I'm a really good, nice person. I work hard, and it's like they're gatekeeping me. They don't want people to see who I really am. So they go around passing false rumors around about me, and they'll sit there and they'll gaslight me and they'll breadcrumb me. And then when I go quiet, they start treating me like I'm strange. Like, what would you all do in that situation? Like, if people were going around passing false rumors around about you, and then coming up to you and talking to you, and then it doesn't matter if you're joking, like, everything that you say, they try to twist your words and turn it around to make me look like a bad person. And they're sitting here making me work like 50 hours and everything like that. And the manager was pretty much like making me feel like I wasn't. How do I explain it? Like, he was pretty much implying that, I needed the money and I needed to work. And I was like, I'm not like, I told him straight up, I'm not like hurting for money or anything. I'm doing pretty good right now, and he did not like that. He did not like that at all. And they were talking about money missing and, you know, telling, pretty much telling me, oh, yeah, nobody can go in the drawers anymore except for the manager. And I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I don't steal. And I kind of felt like they were implying that, that's what they do. They pass false rumors around about me, and they're trying to make me seem like somebody that I'm not. And they do this while overworking me, making me work 50 hours, like 12-hour days and everything, and pretty much scapegoating me out. And while they just sit back and relax, they pretty much like ignore me. And so I'll just, overwork myself because I'll keep myself busy. That's how I've always been. I try not to look at the clock because I feel like time goes on quicker whenever you don't look at the clock and you're just, getting stuff done. And I try to go up to people and communicate with them and have conversations with them. But they'll pretty much like breadcrumb me by, talking to me a little bit and then pretty much just walking away and then ignoring me. And then if I try to talk to anybody, they like pretty much gang stalk me. And I've always thought about this, like, I never really have problems with the customers. And there was a phone call one day after I'd worked like 50 hours in one week, and they were pretty much writing down the phone, I guess, so they can listen into it to gather evidence on me. And that's the thing, is it's almost like they want to find something on me to hold it against me. And then when they can't find anything, they're just like, oh, you just think you're so perfect, don't you? No. I come to work, and I do my job. And I happen to do a good job. And it really irritated them because, like, I had, an annoying phone call and everything, and I was telling the customer, about something. And by the end of it, the customer was, like, thanking me for my patience and everything. And they didn't like that. And I could tell you this, like, the store manager is upset right now because, he came up to me and he, like, surrounded me and literally told me that, he was a part of this group that has been targeting me for years. And he's trying to pretty much overwork me, I guess, to make me snap. Because, people get overworked, they get burnt out, and then they snap a little bit. And I say this because it happened to him. He snapped a few times at work. And right in front of me. And he did not like that I saw it. And I've been wearing a body camera. Like, I've, in my past videos that I pretty much was threatened to take down, I was talking about, like, at my HVAC job, I had said something to the employees about, do I need to start wearing a body camera to work? And that's when, like, my financial situation got, like, bad. So I've been wearing a body camera to work. And I'll come into work and they'll like, say something to me when I come in, like, how you doing today? And I'm just like, I'm good, like, and then I go off and I do my job, and I pretty much, just wait for somebody to ask me if they need help or anything. And I got to be careful about that, because that's when they pretty much, one day I was in the back prepping, and they asked for my help, and I came out and I came to help, a bigger order and everything, and pretty much just snapped at me and then tried to make it seem like it was me. And I just sat there and I was like, pretty much telling him that I loved him and everything. And that guy, he just quit. Like, they know that they're caught, and they don't like it, because they're afraid that I'm going to expose them. And that's not something that I want to do. That's never been my intention, was to expose anybody. But the relentlessness, the years of gaslighting and pretty much psychologically manipulating me, and the mental torture that they've done to me, is, one, ridiculous, and two, very uncalled for. And it's illegal, and they know this. So now that I wear a body camera to work, they'll pretty much come up to me and start saying good things to me, and then they'll mess up the order that I have to deliver on purpose, because they want me to snap. And I just, kindly, either fix it myself, or I kindly ask them, hey, where's this? And they don't like that, because they want me to snap. And the fact that I'm not is irritating them. And now they all know that I know who they are. And they don't like that one bit either. And this cult, they're white supremacists. They're literally trying to gather people of a different race, black people, and trying to make them do things to me so that I will look at them differently. And that's wrong. I love everybody. I don't have an inch of hate in my heart. And I've told them this. And they don't like that. I love everybody. And they don't like that. And I've had videos where I was talking about being targeted by hate. That's exactly what it is. It's like my light disturbs their demons, I guess. I guess that's what people say. And they don't like, that I'm very kind and nice to people. Because then it hurts their narrative against me. Because they're literally trying to make me look like somebody that I'm not. And, the store manager came up to me. Well, he was more so around me, pretty much like describing my life. Oh, I just can't seem to have anything go right in my life. Pretty much, implying my life. Because they know that what they've been doing to my life, holding me back from achieving anything. And now you got employees talking about, like, missing money in their paychecks. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I could say this much. They think that, some of the employees are against them now because of what they're doing to me. And the thing about it is it's not just done to me, it's done to a lot of people in the world. They do this gaslighting and pretty much trying to make certain people look like bad people. It's sickening to me. There are good people out here, like, literally being mentally tortured. I guess it's almost, I've done research on cults and everything, and it's like, I guess what's the word for it? Initiation thing. But I've made it very clear that, I just want to live my own life. And they're trying to, like, find some dirt on me to pretty much gatekeep my life. And they're getting pissed off because, I haven't done anything. Like, the secrets that I hold are what they do against me. And that's not something that they can hold against me. And they say, oh, you just think you're a perfect person. No, I don't. I like to strive to be a good person. I choose love over hate. I have conviction in my heart to know the difference between right and wrong. And they do not like that. And I guess it's because they look at me and they see, I guess, what they're not. I don't know if it's like out of jealousy or envy. Then they start attacking me. Doing these manipulation mind games to try to get me to act a certain way. I guess to get me to explode. They've already isolated me. They've scapegoated me out. Literally making me look like somebody that I'm not. And I'll go into work and, like, wondering why nobody's talking to me. And then if I go up and have a conversation with somebody, boom, there they are. Right there next to that person. Pretty much, looking at me. And telling them something that either isn't true about me, or rewording something that I said to make me look terrible. And I've already went up to the store manager. I was like, hey, I'm not perfect. If I do something you don't like, or if you want me to do something, come up to me and talk to me. And they refuse to come up to me and talk to me. They just continue to attack me and attack me and attack me. And now that I'm wearing a body camera, they're attacking me by coming up to me and saying nice things to me in my face. And then like last night, they pretty much, I stayed later and worked like 13 hours. And at the end of the night, like piles and piles of dishes. And the AC wasn't working. It was 85 degrees, and I had to do pretty much a whole store of dishes. And I've done closing shifts here. Not once have I had that much dishes. Not one time. And it just so happened to be that the AC was out. So that's what I mean. They try to overwork me and then try to pretty much like say things about me. Like I already told the manager, I was like, hey, I'm just gonna come to work and I'm gonna put my headphones in and do my job. I told him, if you need something, come to me and talk to me. Like I'll do it. Like, and they don't like that. So they purposely ignore me. And then they pretty much go around and say that I'm ignoring them. Like, I already told you what I was doing. And you want to flip the script on it? Pretty much make me seem like I'm doing something out of the ordinary to make me look bad? Because every time I try to talk to you, you either straight up ignore me or you reword what I say to make it sound like something that I either haven't done or said. That's abuse. That is abuse. Nobody should have to go through that. While working 50 hours. And I come in, I'm very loyal. I work hard. And I've been there for the store manager to make sure that his cup isn't empty. To make sure that he has the help that he either needs or wants. And then they come up to me and say good things to me, and then the next day they're attacking me. And then they're worried about what I'm going to say. Because they know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. And then if I try to talk to people, they pretty much either stop me from talking to them, or they're going right behind me and telling them lies, slandering me. After all the hard work I do for them, all the help that I've done for them, how loyal I was, or am. You would almost think I'm a blessing for the store. How nice I am to everybody. But I forgive them. Because that's just who I am. I don't have hate in my heart. I love everybody. Just who I am. They don't like that because I'm not getting angry. Because if they went through what they put me through, they would be livid. They would be snapping. And I just come into work. I do a good job. I'm very calm with the customers. The customers love me. And they don't like that. Because they can't hold anything against me. And the thing about it is, it's like, the store manager, like I said, he's snapped in front of me. He would talk about sexual things in front of me. And now he's made it to where, like, the girls at work, the women at work, either won't talk to me because of whatever lies he's told to them. I won't say they don't talk, because I still talk to them. And they don't like that. Because they know that I'm a good person. And they don't want people to see how good of a person I am. How friendly I am to everybody. They don't want me to help them out in any way. Because they've been targeting me for years. To build this, I guess, report on me. To make me look like somebody that I'm not. And then they worry whenever I have good interactions with people. Because like I said, the guy that just quit, came up to me one day and was just like, oh yeah, like, shocked, pale face, that all the employees were in harmony together. And I was a part of it. And I was laughing and having a good time. And then he goes around with the store manager and the other guy, I'm just going to call him admin, and pass these nasty rumors around about me. And then I have to come into work and keep to myself, being silenced for no reason. I guess because of what I know about people. They're afraid of what I'm going to say. And I've made videos in the past because I felt like my life is threatened. I feel like my life is threatened. Because they've literally threatened my life and my family's life. So if I'm all of a sudden unalived one day, like, part of it like a suicide thing, it wasn't me. I love everybody. Something happens to one of my family members, it wasn't me. They threatened my life. They threatened my mom's life. My family's life. They threatened to burn down my house if I ever talked about any of this stuff. And I just want to live a comfortable life. And I got to the point where I'm making money now. They're allowing me to make money. I can't even believe I have to say that. Because if you saw how hard I worked, you'd be like, how are you not further in life? It's because they're in my life trying to make me look like somebody I'm not and affecting my financial situation for no reason other than I know things about them. And I keep healing and getting back on my feet, and they don't like that. Like, what else am I supposed to do? If there's something that I could do to make it all go away, I would love for them to tell me. But that's the thing, is they don't want me to move forward. They don't want me to live a comfortable life. They don't want me. I just don't think they want me here. And I sure feel like they've tried to get rid of me. But I'm still here. And that's why I'm talking about this, is because, they've made it very clear to me that they're relentless. And they I guess they want control of my life. And the thing about it is, it's like, I work hard. I have good work ethic. I have good morals. You would think that's what, you know, people would want in somebody. I'm loyal. But because of the things I know about them, this law enforcement officer, this store manager, a lot of the business owners that, were all a part of this, I know things about them. Do I want to? No. Am I looking to expose them? No. But they've affected my life. And that's not right. And I know they've done this to other people. I've watched them do this to other people. But you can't ask them about it. They just be like, oh, he's this and that. Like, I was worried about him. Like, no, you weren't. I think the worst time they did this is when my father died. And I don't know, I'm starting to think that, maybe they had something to do with that. I just find it so strange because the week before my father died, I had, like, a really good time. I felt happy, joyful. And that's literally feelings that they don't want me to have. It's like every time I get close to, you know, being happy and joyful, and most of the time I am. I'm a very bubbly person, but it's like once I get like a huge, you know, big burst of joy, it's like something happens in my life. They made it clear to me they're watching me. It's gang stalking. They're gang stalking me and gaslighting me and mentally abusing me. And I'm a good person. I love everybody. Why is it that the people that love everybody are the ones being attacked and gate kept in their life? Like, I went to the police academy and I was pretty much abused there too. Almost like they didn't want somebody like me getting into law enforcement. Hey, buddy. So they pretty much, targeted me and affected my life so much that, I wasn't able to pass the test. I was so close too. But my car broke down and I had to make money to pay my bills. And I took too long to take the test. And goes back to my job and everything. Like, they were literally working me so much. And it was hard for me to say no. And that's the thing, is I'm going to start saying no now, and they're not going to like it. They're not going to like it. But there's got to be a point where we all take a stand in our life. Because this isn't just happening to me, this is happening to a lot of people. And it's not right. Thank you.